Welcome to the Richard Lloyd USA YouTube channel. I'm Richard Lloyd. Today I'm going to show you how to make any USB printer wireless and shared on your network in minutes with DD-WRT. Now what we're going to need is, what I'm going to show you in this video anyway, is how to share the printer on your network using DD-WRT on a router and using the router's USB port on that. Now in my previous video I showed you how to do that with hard drives, how to install them on the USB port. This one is going to be how to install a USB printer. One strong caveat here: only the printing function of a multifunctional printer will be available on the network. Scanning, faxing, etc. will not be shared. So all you'll be able to do with your multifunction USB printer is just print. But so will everybody else on the network. You'll be able they will be able to have access to it and print on it as well. Again, no scanning, no faxing, none of the multifunctional functions will work. But I am working on a solution for that with using a little Raspberry Pi. This is a 2W, I think, and again, stay tuned for that. I'll see if I can get that to get working. And if I do, I'll show you how to make the multifunctional printer shareable, and all its functions will be available on the network. So let's go back here just a sec. Now, what you're going to need a DD-WRT compatible router with a USB port and the DD-WRT firmware installed and working. You're going to need a USB enabled printer, and the printer has to be installed and working on every client wishing to have access to it on the network. So in other words, if you have 4 computers, you're going to have to take the printer physically over there to every computer, plug it in with the USB cable, install the software for it and the drivers, have it working on that machine, and then do it on the next machine and the next machine and the next machine. Once that's done, all you need to do is follow the directions I'm going to show you here in this video. So what we're going to do first is go look at our printers. So here we're going to go to printers, just type in printer. There we go. Printers and scanners. And you can see I have an HP 5640 series printer. This is a multifunctional printer with faxing and all that. But again, that's not going to work once we put it on the network. But you will be able to access the printer through Ethernet and Wi-Fi on your network and print on it. That's all you'll be able to do. So let's go to the printer. Let's go to the router, which is in my case 192.168.1.1, and log into it. All right, we're logged in. Here we're going to go to services and then USB. And then under USB, we're going to core USB support. We're going to enable that. And then we're going to enable printer support. If you've got storage support already enabled, that's fine. It'll work with that too. In my case, I have a 4-port hub with 3 other drives there. But again, don't worry about that. This is if all you're doing is just going for USB printer support, do this, save and apply. All right. And that's it. That's as far as you need to go on configuring the router. Next thing you're going to do is disconnect the printer from your computer, which I'll do right now. There we go. Take the USB cable from the back of your computer or your PC or laptop and plug it into the back of your router. In my case, it's just a USB port on the back of the router. I'm going to minimize this. Back to the printers and scanners. If you don't know where that is, just open up your Windows button and just type in printer. Add a printer or a scanner. Next. We're going to go here to add a device. And you can leave the other driver in there, no problem, just in case you want to actually plug the thing back into your PC or laptop and use the scanning functions. It's not going to find it here, so just click add a new device manually. Add a printer using IP address or host name. Next, go to TCP/IP device. Type in the IP address of your router, 192.168.1.1. There we go. And next, and this will take a while, so I'll just cut it and come back to it when it's done doing a search. All right, search was over and additional port information is required. Just click next on this screen. All right, I will have shortened that little search. It took about 3 or 4 minutes. So here obviously I don't have a Canon, I have an HP, so choose whatever you have. Choose HP. I'm going to choose HP, and I'm going to choose the Envy right there, 5640. Now, if you don't find your printer here, use the Windows Update button here, and it will refresh this list and give you hundreds, if not thousands, of printers to choose from, and then you should find it on that list. And if that doesn't work, just click the Have Disk button. Well, download the drivers for your printer, whatever it is, then use the Have Disk button and install the printer drivers that way. But here you can see that mine's already there, and that's because I've already installed it on this computer prior to running this procedure, and that's what you should do on every computer you're going to do this with. And this will what we're doing here on the screen will have to be done on every computer as well. So here we're going to go next. Use the drivers currently installed. Sure. I'm going to put this as net printer. And then here, fill this out any way you want. I'm just going to make it quick. Next, print a test page, see what happens. Now this will take a bit because it's not just printing a test page, it's finishing the installation of the drivers for this printer. All right, you're going to get this prompt. And again, it will take a little bit. And now you can hear my printer queuing up and printing the test page. There we go. There's my test page printed out. And that printer is now installed on this computer. And I'm going to hit close here and finish. There we go. And you can see it here, HP Envy 5640 net Series Net printer, and it's idle, ready to go. So that's how you install a USB printer on a DD-WRT router. Of course, the router is going to have a USB port on it, and DD-WRT will have to be running properly on it. But as you can see, it works just perfectly. Unfortunately, none of the scan options will be available. But as I said before, I'm working on a solution using a little Raspberry Pi like this, and maybe I'll find another solution that doesn't require buying more hardware to do it. But my tests on this look very promising currently, but I got to do further tests and further experimentation. So stay tuned for that. That's it for my video. If you like this video and it helped you out, do me a big favor. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up at the bottom of the video window. That helps my channel, helps my video, and it also helps other people on YouTube to see my content. So you're not just helping me, you're helping them as well. So I appreciate that very much. If you like my content and you want to see more, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's part of the process. Hit the bell icon. Then you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. And then you can watch that at your own leisure. Comment section below the video. Do me a favor. Anything you want to say to me, suggestions, questions, video suggestions. I love those. But anything you want to say to me, put it in the comments section. I read them daily and reply to them daily. And I frequently make video answers to the questions. So if you got a really good question, I may make a video to respond to the question. So yeah, I love that as well. Also in the description, video description, I will put chapters for this video, which will make it easier to navigate through. Also, there'll also be affiliate links there for hardware that I recommend and use in this video as well. And please use those as they help my channel, and they don't cost you any more than going straight to Amazon to buy the gear anyway. So, do me a favor and go through the links in the video description to help me out. So, just like always, thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay happy, take care of yourself and others, and we'll see you in the next video.